Madam Vice President, can you at least answer one question?
Welcome to Stop the Madness. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Stop the Madness. I'm your host, The Kid Plot, my co-host, Isaac Cotto. Once again, we are back with another great video for you guys. But before we get started, subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, comment on the video. What are we talking about today?
Well, there was a scene in a movie where Bruce Lee said, "Is the art of fighting without fighting?" And this is the art of answering a damn question.
I wasn't expecting you to say
without
that.
answering a damn question. Let's look at Madam VP's interview on Fox.
Oh,
Let's
Kamala,
take a look.
Kamala.
Madam Vice President, they're rapping me very hard here. I hope you got to say what you wanted to say about Donald Trump. There are a lot of things
There's more to say. I have much more
there
to
are
say,
a lot of things that people want to learn about you and your policies, and that's why we
I
invited
invite
you.
everyone to go to kamalaharris.com, and you will see that I have 80 pages of policies that are quite comprehensive and should be accessible to anyone who would like to read them. And it includes what I intend to do about affordable housing, what I intend to do about small businesses.
Yeah, I'm mad that she low-key almost forgot her own website.
Yeah, well,
Whether if it was .com or .org.
I don't know if you remember when she first started running.
Oh, she have nothing.
They didn't have nothing from
It was just a bio.
It was just like quick
Oh,
bio.
man.
Anyway, let's see what else they got here.
What I do,
And that's why
intend
we
to do to
invited you
strengthen
here
our economy,
to see where you were in 2019 and where you are
support
now.
America's military and ensure we have the most lethal and best fighting force in the world.
Madam Vice President,
And
they're giving me a hard rap.
Well, I thank you for the time.
I thank you for the time.
It's good to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yo, they had to end the interview because her team was telling him to wrap it up. This wasn't even a long interview.
She was struggling, basically.
Yo.
She wasn't answering the question.
Her team was like, that's why he said they're giving me a hard rap.
They asked her a question regarding the border
Oh, God.
and just said, like, hey, during your administration, do you have any idea how many people cross the border? She completely started talking about immigration, but didn't answer the question.
Oh, well, that's what they're great at. They're pros at pivoting.
I don't think there was one question she answered directly. It was like, here's a question. Is today the sky blue? And it's like, well, you know what? The universe was created and there was nuclei. And it's like, answer the freaking question. Like, there's not one in that interview where she gave a direct answer.
And what I was going to say was, it's hilarious that you say that because I got to be real. She's not the only one. She's not the only political figure that does that.
They all do it. But,
which is the most...
She got the spotlight.
Correct. Which is the most stressful and annoying thing about politics is that they don't answer questions. The interviewer himself, post-interview, he got interviewed by Fox News himself, talking about the interview he did with her. And he was like, I think his name is Brett.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was like, I was interrupting her a lot because I did not want her to only answer 4 questions because he asked her many more questions than that. So he was like, I had to make sure that I interrupted because she was going to literally only answer 4 questions in the whole half hour that they were doing the interview. I think it was about half hour. So it's like, he was like, if I didn't jump in, she wouldn't have answered all the questions that we had for her.
No, and she throws out, someone said the word salad. It's like, she just starts talking, but never answers a question. It's like, when they ask her about, hey, what do you do different than Joe Biden? Like, she never says, you know what, there were some things that we should have done different and I'm going to do it differently. And this is never. What do you feel sorry? No, it's completely everything else except answering the question.
And one of the things that I notice is that every single time she gets interviewed, it is a Donald Trump attack. And I hate that. And it's not just her. It's both sides because Trump does the same thing. It is a Donald Trump attack. We're not going to talk about policy. We're not going to talk about what I'm going to do to make America better, to make it better for the people that live here. It's all about why he's so bad. Orange man bad. Why he sucks. why he's a threat, why he's dangerous. It's nothing about what are you going to do? Stop talking to me about him. Okay? Let him talk about him. Stop talking about him. Tell me what is it that you are going to do to earn my vote? Because if you're going to talk to me about how bad Donald Trump is, you're not going to earn my vote that way. Period.
For sure. He asked her about the government funding for trans females in male prisons to pay for surgery, like government funds to pay for their surgery. And she said, I'll follow the law. But she never stated her position. Like, I agree with it. I disagree with it.
Right.
If the law says they should be castrated, does that mean she agrees with it? Does she disagree with it? Like, she would never answer, I'll just follow the law. I'll just follow the law.
Which doesn't give any perspective. It doesn't let us know your position on anything.
Yeah.
You're literally that's a cop-out answer. That is literally a cop-out answer.
It's frustrating. For a long time, she didn't do any interviews. And the facts now that she is attempting to do these interviews, and it's just a bunch of non-answers. Like, I don't even watch her interviews because, like, there's nothing that's going to be said of substance besides trying to attack Donald Trump, which you don't have to attack Donald Trump. He does it on his own. Like, you could form your own opinions by watching what he says.
Oh, he's going to give you material.
Yes, but, it's like, tell me what you're going to do. Articulate your position.
Correct.
What do you think about the fact that millions crossed?
Yes.
Bad thing, good thing. We made a mistake. We're going to change it. We're going to do something different. We got this plan, that plan.
All she does is says, oh, it was that way when Trump was in office. It was the same even before our administration.
Crazy.
That is not answering the question.
Yes,
you're literally deviating because you have no response. You understand that you're responsible for the massive amount of people that have come into this country illegally. You're responsible. The administration is responsible for it. And what do? Oh, well, it was like this before we got here. Like, that's literally what you said. That's a damn shame.
Look, I know Trump just did a podcast with PBD, and he just talked about male athletes competing in female sports, right? He just says, like, in weightlifting, like, you either can lift the weight or not, but the fact that the woman's record was broken by like 100 and something pounds because it was a male, like, doesn't make sense.
Come on, man.
Doesn't mean you have to agree with his position, but he clearly, gives you his mind of, this is what I think.
Exactly.
Versus, I wish if they felt like, no, men should be able to compete and at least articulate it. Like, tell me why you think that. Why you think it's fair. Explain it. And it's on me if I want to agree or disagree. It's just ridiculous. It's his stance on the military, what he thinks about that. He'll say it. You agree, disagree, but they won't give you a solid answer. And it's frustrating.
Which the problem is that, again, the Democrats, Kamala, they're always trying to satisfy all parties, and it's impossible. How about you just say what you feel, be genuine, say what you feel is right, and just go from there. Not try to please this group, that group, this group, that group, because that's what they do. Especially Kamala, from what I've noticed, she's trying to literally satisfy whatever group she's speaking to in that moment. And that's what pisses me off. See, the thing about Trump that I respect the most is he's not trying to satisfy any particular group. He's telling you his stance, period, whether it pisses you off or you like it. And you have to respect somebody that is going to say something to you, whether you like it or not. I respect somebody like that.
Yeah,
not somebody that's going to tell me what I want to hear just because I'm trying to I want to win your vote on some bullshit. Because that's what I get from Kamala. And the fact that Donald Trump comes out, so your point, what you just said, Donald Trump comes out and he gives a stance on trans athletes competing in sports. You have to respect and agree. It's common sense. It's logical what he says. We're going to keep men out of women's sports. It's really that simple. And I don't care if they're trans women. They're biological men, which means that they are not biological women. They were not born women. That means they're not the same. It's really that simple. It's not complicated, folks. It's really not.
And, I think they, for the Democratic position, like, Trump will tell you, he'll preach They're criminal. The immigration issue, right? Like a big thing. They're criminals. They're sending their drug dealers. They're sending this, that, the other. Well, the other side apparently doesn't think that, but you don't hear them say that. They don't say like, no, you know what? Not everyone that's crossing the border is a criminal. Like, no, they're, like she doesn't even say it. She doesn't even say like, hey, you know what? No, do have criminals come over? Yes, but a vast majority are those that are not criminal, trying to make something like some position, like articulate it, say it. Trump will say it. No, I think they're all criminals. Okay, that's what he believes. You buy it or not, but they don't even articulate a position, and It's just like blah, non-answer, non-answer, non-answer. It's frustrating to watch.
And again, and that's the problem with politics, man. And that's
a lot of politicians do that.
They do it all the time. They literally pivot. They run from questions. A lot of them don't want to answer questions. They hear the question, and then they literally start talking about something that you're totally different. And then they have the audacity to say, "Oh, I'm getting to the answer." No, you're not.
Right.
You're not. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen. I mean, I see reporters that'll try to keep them focused on the question, but they never say, "Look, you're not answering the question." But anyway, it is what it is.
It is what
politics.
it is. That's politics.
That's how the game's played.
Yep.
Anyway, like, subscribe, let us know what you think, comment below, and we see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and click here. If you want to see more videos like this, click here.